Night settles over the city like a slow exhale. Lina drops her keys into the bowl and kicks off her shoes. Stacks of research papers cover the coffee table, edges curling from use. Her apartment smells faintly of coffee and determination. Every inch of the small space whispers of long hours and quiet persistence. On the wall, a whiteboard full of equations and sketches of a heart device. 3 years of trial, rejection, and stubborn hope live in those lines. Her father once told her that science doesn't make real money. Her mother called it a distraction, a childish pursuit. Her sister Veronica built buildings, hosted parties, and made headlines. Lina built silence, formulas, and a dream she refused to bury. She remembers family dinners, filled with talk of mergers and profits. Her voice was always the quiet one, always the uninvited note in their song. But tonight, the silence feels different. Tonight, it hums with purpose. Her phone buzzes on the counter, a message lighting the screen. Noah's name appears. It's official. The licensing deal is signed. 1.6 million plus royalties. She reads it twice, not out of disbelief, but out of relief. Every sleepless night, every failed prototype has led here. Her hands tremble as she types back. Perfect timing. The press release drops during the reunion. A pause, then another message. You ready for this? Lina looks around her apartment, at the chaos of creation. She thinks of her mother's perfect house, the sterile elegance of power. The difference between them feels like oxygen. Yes, she writes, I'm ready. She walks to the small closet near her desk. Inside hangs a neat row of lab coats, a single burgundy blazer between them. The blazer still carries the faint scent of courage and uncertainty. She pulls it free, running her hand along the fabric. It had been her aunt's gift years ago. Aunt Mari, the only one who ever said, never let them take your voice. Lina smiles faintly. She can still hear her aunt's laugh, bold and bright, a melody of defiance. She opens her laptop, scrolling through the presentation slides. Each image of the cardiac device feels like a heartbeat of its own. Data, diagrams, results, proof of her existence made visible. Tomorrow, she will stand before the family that erased her name. She will not ask to be seen. She will demand it through undeniable truth. Her reflection in the dark screen stares back, steady and sharp. For the first time, she does not see the forgotten daughter. She sees the architect of her own future. The woman who turned doubt into invention. The scientist who built something that saves lives. She closes the laptop and exhales. The city outside hums softly, unaware of her revolution. In a world built by people like her father, Lina has crafted her rebellion. Not with noise or anger, but with precision and proof. She sets the blazer by the door. Tomorrow, she will walk into that ballroom. And for the first time in her life, she will not knock. She will enter as if she always belonged. The ballroom of the Aurora Hotel glows like a crystal heart. Lina stands outside the glass doors, watching her family inside. They laugh in perfect rhythm, polished and predictable. Her mother floats through the crowd, champagne in hand. Her father shakes hands with investors like a king, among disciples. Veronica leans close to a cousin, laughter too sharp to be kind. Lina exhales, adjusts her burgundy blazer, and steps inside. The air smells of perfume and ambition. A few heads turn, surprise flickering like camera flashes. Someone whispers her name, another hides a smirk. At the registration table, the attendant hesitates. I'm sorry, Miss Moore, I don't see your badge. Lina's smile is calm, practiced, unbreakable. Check again, I was invited. The woman flips through the stack, eyes darting nervously. Her voice drops. Your name isn't on the speaking list either. Lina glances at the printed agenda on the table. Where her name should be, another appears, Gregory Collins. Veronica's husband. Of course. The Moore family never missed a chance to rewrite a story. Must be a mistake, Lina says softly. The attendant nods too quickly, sensing the tension. I'll speak with the coordinator, she promises. Lina steps aside, eyes scanning the room. Father stands near the stage, voice carrying easily. She means well, he's saying to an associate, but her work is academic. The words hit her like a whisper from childhood. Always polite, always diminishing. Aunt Mari appears from the crowd, warm and defiant as ever. I knew you'd come, she says, hugging her tightly. They didn't. Lina's throat tightens, but she smiles. Then let's surprise them. Mari squeezes her hand. Your grandmother would have loved this. Across the room, Veronica spots them and waves, too sweetly. Lina, how unexpected. Her voice drips with disbelief disguised as charm. Good to see you, too, Lina replies evenly. The photographer approaches, camera poised. Can I get a shot of the Moore sisters? Just Veronica, their mother interrupts smoothly. Her project headlines the event. The photographer hesitates, then nods. Lina steps back, letting the moment pass. Her mother's control is still precise, like a blade. But cracks are forming. Uncle Walter, the family's quiet observer, catches her eye. He gestures to an empty seat near the front. This one's for you, he whispers. Lina thanks him and sits, ignoring her mother's tightened smile. Around her, the chandeliers shimmer like judgment. Father takes the stage, his voice filling the room. He praises Veronica, her real estate empire, her husband's fund. Lina's name never leaves his lips. Applause swells, hollow and heavy. She claps with them, her face unreadable. Under the table, Mari's hand finds hers. Let them talk, she whispers. Your turn's coming. Lina nods. Her portfolio rests by her feet, heavy with truth. She glances at her phone. Noah's message flashes. Press release set for 7:30. She types back, then they'll hear it from me first. The clock on the wall ticks closer to her moment. Outside, the city glows in silence. Inside, the room prepares to learn what belonging really means. The microphone stands waiting beneath the golden lights. Lina's name is finally on the schedule, printed in a smaller font. Her mother whispers to the coordinator, but it's too late. The audience quiets as her father takes the podium again. Our youngest has some lab updates, he says, almost amused. Polite laughter ripples through the room like static. Lina stands, smoothing her blazer, and walks to the stage. Each step lands with quiet purpose. Aunt Mari gives her a small nod from the front row. The lights feel hot, but her hands are steady. Thank you, Father, she begins, voice calm, unshaken. For 3 years, my team has developed a cardiac support device. Her first slide flashes onto the screen, clean, simple, precise. No flashy graphics, no buzzwords, just truth. Our design treats heart failure without open surgery. A few heads lift from their phones. She points to the image of the device. It's inserted through a catheter. Patients recover in days, not weeks. Silence grows, sharp and focused. Someone coughs, then stops, listening. This work began in a borrowed lab, funded by small grants. Her father's jaw tightens. Her mother adjusts her pearls, eyes flicking toward the exits. We've completed animal trials, 94% success. The cardiologist cousin leans forward, interest replacing dismissal. And last month, Lina continues, we received FDA approval. The room murmurs. Her father's phone vibrates, followed by several others. At exactly 7:30, the press release drops. A voice from the back reads it aloud before he can stop himself. Lunaris Biotech signs a $1.6 million licensing deal. Every head turns toward Lina. Her sister's smile vanishes. Her mother's face drains of color. Lina doesn't pause. The partnership ensures national distribution, including rural hospitals. Her words are steady, controlled, deliberate. We aim not just to innovate, but to make care accessible. The crowd shifts forward in their seats. Phones flash, cameras click. The investor at table 4 whispers to another, eyes locked on Lina. Her voice grows stronger with every sentence. For too long, progress was measured by wealth alone. She gestures toward her slides. Sometimes, impact can't be calculated in profits. A single clap breaks the silence, Uncle Walter. Then another, and another, until the room fills with applause. Not the polite kind, but real, rising applause. Lina steps back, breath steady, heart calm. Lunaris Biotech, she finishes, was built on persistence, not privilege. She bows her head slightly. Thank you for your time. The clapping continues, louder, echoing through crystal and marble. Aunt Mari wipes her eyes. Veronica sits frozen, her champagne untouched. Her father stares at his phone, pretending to read. Her mother's perfect posture falters for the first time. Lina walks off stage into a sea of voices calling her name. She has never stood taller. The air feels lighter, sharper, new. For once, the Moore family isn't the story. She is. The applause fades, but the shift in the room remains. Lina steps down from the stage, surrounded by murmurs and flashes. Investors approach, faces bright with sudden recognition. A woman in a silver suit offers her a handshake. Your presentation was extraordinary. May we schedule a meeting? Lina nods, calm and precise. Of course, I'd be glad to. Behind her, Veronica edges closer, smile too wide, eyes sharp. Lina, she says, voice soft but rehearsed. That was impressive. Thank you, Lina answers, steady, unmoved. I remember, Veronica adds louder, giving you that heart monitor idea. Lina meets her gaze, unflinching. Actually, it came from my research on mitochondrial regeneration. Her tone is light, but the crowd catches every word. Laughter ripples through the small group. Veronica's smile stiffens like glass. At the bar, her father downs another drink, face flushed. Lina has always been brilliant, he declares too loudly. I encouraged her from the start. Lina glances at him briefly, memories flashing like film reels. The chemistry set returned for being too advanced. The microscope that disappeared. The science camp he refused to sign for. She says nothing, letting silence speak for her. Her mother appears beside her, perfume arriving first. Darling, she coos, what a proud night for our family. Lina doesn't correct her. Not yet. The photographer rushes over. Mrs. Moore, one photo with your daughter, please. Helena's arm snakes around Lina's waist, grip tight, smile fixed. Let's show the world our success, she says sweetly. The flash captures a lie that Lina no longer needs to correct. A woman in a tailored navy dress approaches, holding a card. Evelyn Grant, Everstone Capital. I'd love to discuss funding. Lina takes the card with steady fingers. Her mother tries to interject. We can arrange through the family office. Evelyn shakes her head. Actually, I'd prefer to speak with Dr. Moore directly. For the first time, Helena's voice falters. The circle of conversation closes around Lina, not her parents. Questions flow, about patents, manufacturing, distribution. Her father hovers at the edge, nodding vaguely, out of place. Across the room, the photographer turns his lens again. One frame captures Helena, isolated in elegance, watching the crowd shift. Another shows Lina, mid-conversation, alive with purpose. Your work could redefine cardiac care, an investor says. Lina smiles, genuine and bright. That's the goal. The room hums differently now. It no longer belongs to the Moores. It belongs to the idea that just changed them. At the corner table, Aunt Mari raises her glass. To the real future of this family, she says softly. Lina lifts her own glass in reply. Her mother looks away, pretending not to notice. Her father's eyes glisten, pride tangled with regret. Veronica scrolls her phone furiously, pretending importance. Lina feels none of it. Just the calm certainty that the power has shifted for good. For the first time, She isn't standing outside their table. She has built one of her own. 2 days later, Lina parks in front of her parents' mansion. The marble steps gleam beneath the gray morning light. She checks her watch, 5 minutes early as always. Inside, the air smells of polished wood and old control. The housekeeper greets her kindly. They're waiting in the conference room. Not the living room, not the family space. The conference room, where business replaces blood. Lina enters. Her father stands at the head of the table. Her mother sits poised beside him, pearls bright under the lights. Veronica scrolls on a tablet, pretending to read. Lina, her father says, smiling with authority, right on time. He gestures toward the screen behind him. A slide glows. More family healthcare initiative. We'd like to discuss integrating Lunaris into our portfolio, he begins. Mother leans forward, voice sweet as strategy. This is about unity, dear, keeping success in the family. Veronica taps her screen. We already drafted a press release. She slides a folder across the table. Moore Enterprises announces healthcare expansion, thanks to Lina Moore. Lina doesn't touch it. She places her leather folder on the table and unzips it slowly. Before we start, she says, I'd like to share something. Her father sighs, already impatient. Lina, let's keep this efficient. This won't take long. She spreads out printed emails, crisp and undeniable. These are from 3 years ago. Her mother's smile tightens. Her father frowns. What are you doing? Reminding you, Lina says softly, how we got here. She points to the first email. Her father's rejection of her funding request. Her mother's message urging her to find something more suitable. Veronica's reply to colleague, don't waste time on Lina's hobby. The room goes still. Lina continues, voice calm as glass. These are the doors you closed before I built my own. Her father stands, color rising in his cheeks. We underestimated you. Fine, but we're offering inclusion now. No, Lina says simply. You're offering control. I'm not selling that. Her mother's hand trembles on her pearls. Lina, be reasonable. We are your family. You were, she answers, when it was convenient. She pulls a small USB drive from her folder. Recordings, dinners, holidays, every time you dismissed my work. She places it beside the stack of papers. I don't need these anymore. You can keep them. Her father's mouth opens, then closes. For once, words fail him. The Moore name means something, her mother whispers. It does, Lina says. To me, it means learning who I am without you. She gathers her documents, calm and unhurried. My terms are simple. Respect my independence or stay out of my life. Veronica looks away, suddenly small in her chair. Lina shoulders her bag, pauses at the door. The device I built helps damaged hearts heal, she says quietly. I just had to fix mine first. She walks out, leaving them frozen behind the glossy table. The soft click of the door sounds like freedom. Outside, the air feels real again. For the first time, Lina doesn't look back. Sunlight spills through the glass walls of Lunaris Biotech. 1 year has passed since Lina walked out of her family's house. The lab hums with quiet energy, machines blinking like calm hearts. Researchers move between workstations, confident, focused, alive. Lina walks among them, clipboard in hand, no heels, no armor. Her badge reads simply, Dr. Lina Moore, founder and director. The title feels earned, not inherited. Morgan, a young engineer, waves from across the lab. The new pressure sensors just arrived, she says, eyes bright. Perfect, Lina answers. Let's test them this afternoon. Every voice in the room carries purpose, not fear. Every success is shared, not claimed. On the wall behind her desk hangs a framed patent certificate. Next to it, photographs of patients who survived because of her device. No family portraits, no lineage, only lives changed. Her phone buzzes with a text from Aunt Mari. Proud of you every day, my brave girl. Lina smiles, the warmth genuine and effortless. Noah enters with 2 coffees, sleeves rolled, eyes full of news. Peterson Hospital wants to expand our contract, he says. Looks like your talk sealed the deal. Our talk, Lina corrects him, smiling. This was always teamwork. Noah nods. You've changed how people lead, you know. She shrugs lightly. Maybe I just stopped copying how they did. Her phone rings again, her mother's ringtone, soft and cautious. For a moment, Lina hesitates, then answers. Lina, her mother says, voice brittle but sincere. I wanted to congratulate you. The papers mentioned your new trial. Thank you, Lina replies, tone even, kind but firm. I hope you're well. A pause lingers, fragile and real. I am, her mother says quietly. I really am. They hang up without promises, but without poison either. It's enough. Lina looks out through the window, the research park below. Young interns gather near the fountain, laughing, holding lab coats. Many of them come from places where dreams were dismissed. She knows that feeling too well. Next month, they'll begin internships funded by the Lunaris Scholarship. She insisted it go to students who heard the word impossible too often. The sun lowers, casting her reflection over the lab's shining floor. It overlaps with the hum of machines, the rhythm of new beginnings. Noah calls from across the room. Dinner's ready in the break area. Lina turns off her monitor and walks toward the laughter. The tables are round, not rectangular. No head of the table, no hierarchy. Everyone eats together, everyone belongs. Glasses clink, not in competition but celebration. Morgan raises hers, to the heart that kept going. Lina smiles, lifting her glass, to all of ours. Outside, twilight glows like a promise fulfilled. Inside, the light lingers on her face, calm and certain. For the first time, Lina feels whole. She built something that heals hearts, and finally, it healed hers too. The evening settles quietly over the city. Lina stands by the window of her office, coffee cooling in her hand. Below, the lights of the lab shimmer like constellations she once dreamed of. Her reflection overlaps with the view, half shadow, half light. She thinks of the girl who once waited to be invited inside. That girl is gone, replaced by a woman who built her own doors. Her phone buzzes, another message from a hospital, another success story. Lives saved, not because of legacy, but because of persistence. She exhales, slow and steady, the sound of peace at last. Outside, the sky shifts from violet to gold. Inside, her world feels wide and certain. She touches the small model of her cardiac device on the desk. Its smooth surface hums faintly beneath her fingers, alive with meaning. Behind her, laughter drifts from the break room, her teams celebrating. No hierarchy, no fear, only purpose. She turns off the lights, letting the sunset claim the room. In the glass, her silhouette stands strong and unbroken. She whispers softly to herself, almost a promise. I don't need their table anymore. I built my own, and there's room for everyone here.